Hello students, in the continuation of the last video, today will study on the biological functions of proteins. This slide gives an overall view of different functions performed by proteins. The proteins perform the function of contractile proteins, where you have the example actin and myosin. And the protein does the function of hormones, example insulin, where it has a role in regulation of blood glucose level. The protein also does the function of protection against infection. You heard of immunoglobulins, and proteins, they does the function of transport of gases, example hemoglobin, and the biological reactions are carried out by the enzymes, and the storage proteins as ferritin, and the structural proteins as collagen, spider silk protein, they are all perform the function of structural proteins. And the rhodopsin has act as a receptor molecule, has a role in vision cycle. So this table gives the name of different functions of proteins and the examples. Contractile proteins, actin, myosin and dynein. Actin, it does the function of contraction, so it is a thin filaments present in myofibril. Myosin, it's a thick filament, it is present in the myofibril, and dynein, it is present in cilia and flagella, helps in the movement. The enzymes, hexokinase, it does the function of phosphorylation of glucose in glycolysis, lactate dehydrogenase, dehydrogenate lactate to form pyruvate. Cytochrome C present in electron transport chain and transfers electrons, and DNA polymerase has a role in replication and DNA repair mechanism. As hormones, insulin, as I told you, regulates the blood glucose level in the metabolism of glucose, and adenocorticotropic hormone regulates corticosteroid synthesis, and the growth hormone, it stimulates the growth of the bones and it has a role in cell division. The contractile and motor protein, the function movement, example motor proteins are responsible for undulations of cilia, flagella. Actin and myosin proteins are responsible for contraction of muscles. So this is the picture of the muscle contraction, where you have a sliding over the actin and myosin fibers, they slide over each other during the process of contraction. Enzymes, the many proteins are perform the function of enzymes. They are called as biocatalyst and catalyze the biochemical reactions, and they are vital for metabolism. Here I have quoted the example of the lactate dehydrogenase, which converts lactate into pyruvate, where NAD is converted into is reduced to NADH2. Hormonal proteins, they does the function of coordination of organisms' activities. Example insulin, a hormone secreted by the pancreas and causes the other tissue to take up the glucose and thus regulates the blood glucose concentration. So defensive proteins, the function protection against the diseases. Example antibodies, which inactivate and help to destroy the viruses and the bacteria which causes infection. Storage proteins, the function storage of amino acid. Example, a casein, a protein of milk, is the major source of amino acids for baby mammals. The plants have a storage proteins in their seeds. Albumin is the protein of egg white used as amino acid source for developing embryo. So here I have given the picture of egg, and where you have an amino acid of albumin, which is very important for the development of embryos. Proteins are also does the function of receptor molecules, where the primary messengers are hormones, and the hormones are received by a specific binding molecule, that is receptors. The receptors are also present on the surface of the plasma membrane. They are also proteins. The receptor ligand binding which leads to the various cascade of reaction which takes place inside the cell, and this signal it is received by a second messengers. Second messengers may be in the form of calcium ions or cyclic AMP molecules. The signal transduction takes place through this second messenger molecules, and that reaction leads to the cellular response. The cellular response, it may be in the form of gene expression or it may be in the form of replication. The proteins are also act as a structural protein molecules where they provide the support. Example, silk fiber, collagen, elastin and keratin. These are all structural proteins. The collagen and elastin are the fibers that make up the supporting structure of the skin and provide the strength, extensibility and elasticity of the skin. And this that is tensile strength is also provided by the silk protein which are present in the that is silk fibron, and the collagen provides a skin a firmness while the elastin keeps the skin tight or tough. The proteins it also carry the function of transport of gases. Hemoglobin is a protein in our red blood cells that carries oxygen to our body organs and tissues, and it transports carbon dioxide from our organs and tissues back to our lungs. So this is the overall summary what I have told you in all these slides. The proteins, they does the function of transport, structural mechanics, then enzymes, hormones, signaling molecules, they act as antibodies, the fluid balance, does the function of acid-base balance, and they also has a role in channel and pumping mechanism which maintains the action potential inside the cell. I think so this video completes the unit 2 which deals with proteins. So if you have any doubts regarding this, so you can come to the department and discuss with me. And thank you for watching. Thank you.